Hey crafters, welcome to my channel again today. So, school started up and summer's pretty much over, but that doesn't mean we still can't do one last craft with our seashells. So today, this one's not really a tutorial, this is more a project, inspiration project idea, because just like none of these shells I have on this table are exactly alike, you're not going to be able to find the exact same shells that I use today. So these are more just ideas to get you started versus an actual tutorial. But what today's project is, it's using your shells to make these fun shell critters. What you see on the screen right now, that's a little critter that I found in one of the gift shops, and I thought it was really cute. But it's not as significant because the shells aren't actually from the island where I was staying at. So I didn't want to buy something at the gift shop that didn't have meaning. So instead I decided I would do kind of a copycat project and make my own little shell critters. So I've got 4 different projects I'm going to show you today. You can see 3 of them on the plate here. I actually sprayed them with the spray to make them shiny, and they're still drying right now, so that's why I have them on a plate like this. But we've got a turtle, you can see him in the front. We've got this, I was going to say is a horse, but I feel like he could almost be like a dog. This one's a little more abstract. So we've got that critter right there with a longer body. This was also another one that ended up being something different than I was initially thinking. I was trying to go for a bunny, but I think it almost looks like a little fox, like curled up. So whatever it looks like to you. And then the last thing that I have is this cute deer ornament. So just because it's not quite summer and it's not quite Christmas doesn't mean we can't try to enjoy both of them right now. And plus, I love Christmas and I love the beach, so why not just mash the two together? It's great. So let's get into this project idea. So what you might not realize is these are going to actually be 4 different little critters here. This one is going to be a bunny, believe it or not. This one will be a horse or a dog. This one's kind of open for interpretation, I guess you could say. We're going to make a turtle here, and then this will be a fun abstract deer ornament. So we're going to start with the turtle. I like the turtle because you can do it with a variety of shells, and the turtle's the one that I showed you a picture of that I saw in one of the gift shops, and it's really cute. So I'm going to go ahead and arrange him the basic way. So I'm using these 4 little shells here. These are going to be my flippers, and they're going to stick out behind the main body shell, the turtle shell, kind of like that. Got a nice little face here, piece for a tail, and 2 beads for an eye. So the fun thing about this is since you're using hot glue, you don't have to be absolutely perfect the first time you assemble it because you can easily pop them apart if you need to. So before you glue any on there, you want to kind of think about how it's going to look. This is going to be like a back foot, so I'm actually going to move this one to this side, kind of angle it like this to look like the back fin of a turtle. And then I'm just going to glue it together. And of course, whenever you use hot glue, be careful because it's hot. You will end up with lots of strings, but that's okay. And then I'm going to use this one for my, well, let's see. I think this one's a good size, so I'm going to use this one for my other back flipper. And you can see there's some spots where there's glue sticking out. The neater you are, the less glue spots you'll end up with. So just be aware of that when you're gluing it on. Also, if you do end up with a lot of glue, you can kind of scrape it away later, but you kind of risk popping it off. So just be aware of that. And then I'm going to repeat the same process for my front fins. So here's what we've got so far. We've got our shell body and our 4 flippers. So then I'm going to glue on the face. Just going to go right here. And last of all, I just need to glue these fun little eyes on. So this is our shell critter project inspiration number 1, the nice cute little turtle. Alright, on to our second critter. So the basic setup for this one is going to be, this will be a face. So I was kind of thinking of this one as a horse, but when I was kind of putting it together, it almost looked like a dog, maybe a cat. So I feel like this is a fun one because you can play around with it a lot and make it look like a number of different animals. So we've got 4 feet You can either make a body out of 2 shells like this, glue them together, or you can use a larger olive shell for the body, and then add the face. Here's another view of the basic idea. In this one you can make as abstract or as detailed as you want by adding different details, using different shaped shells. I'm going to glue these 2 pieces together to make my body, like that, and then I will attach it together like this. Since you're not going to see the bottom side as much, I'm going to be a little heavier on the glue down here. And of course, because these shells aren't exactly symmetrical, there are going to be some gaps, but I kind of like that look. I think it gives it a really creative, free ocean kind of vibe. There's my body. I've got my feet for the base here. I'm just going to glue these on. And then once these are attached well enough, I'm going to come to the bottom and add some more glue in the weaker spots to really reinforce the feet on here. Also, you may have noticed when I was assembling it, I was paying attention to how it was going to stand, because you want it to balance well. So this is what we've got so far, cute and abstract, and we're going to add a face on it. And here is Shell Critter Inspiration number 2. Just a fun horse, cow, dog, whatever. This one's cute because it gives you a nice base to customize. You can easily add a tail, add a face, make it into whatever kind of critter you want. Our third Shell Critter Inspiration idea is going to be a cute little bunny. And you might be looking at this going, how can we make a bunny? And this is a Scotch bonnet I found, and I was really disappointed because it looks so good from this angle, but you can see that the top part of it's cracked off. But just because your shell is cracked and isn't perfect doesn't mean you should leave it there on the beach. You can still combine different shells to create a whole new look. So this one I'm going to nestle some shells together to create the body. I've got a nice belly button shell for a cute bunny tail. And then I've got this nice pretty curly top shell for a face. Add some coquinas for some ears and 2 little beads for eyes. I've decided that the finished result looks more like a little cute curled up fox than a little bunny rabbit. So this is a fox, a bunny rabbit, but again, this just goes to show that there's not really a right or wrong way to do this. Just start somewhere and you might just stumble upon a new great idea. Now it's time for the 4th and final shell critter project idea. So this one's going to be fairly abstract. I saw this one in a bag of shells and I was like, you know, it looks kind of like a deer antler. And lo and behold, I've got a nice face here, and I've got another one. And obviously they're different sizes, but this will make for a cute abstract Christmas ornament. I'm going to glue this together. I took an earring hook, and I just untwisted it, and I'm going to attach this on here, and then I'll be able to turn this fun guy into a Christmas ornament. And there we go, attaching the hook to the antler seemed to do the trick. Now that my critters are assembled, I'm going to take them outside and spray them with a glossy finish polyurethane. And if you don't know how to use that, I'll put a link up at the top and you can click on that video to go watch it. But that's what I'm going to go do, and then I'll come back inside once they're sprayed. And here are the shells now that I've sprayed them. They're just working on drying. And there you go. Here are the 4 fun critters that we made. So I hope this inspires you and gives you a use for some of your shells, so that way you don't end up with just piles of shells like I've got on the table around me, but that you can actually use your shells and enjoy them all year long. These are also really great because they can be a souvenir for yourself, but they can also act as souvenirs for other people. If you want to bring home a souvenir for a friend or a family member that wasn't on the vacation with you, well, this is a really nice little gift that you can make. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and if you did enjoy it, please give it a like. I would appreciate that. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. What are you doing? Just kidding. But seriously, you should subscribe, and if you subscribe, hit the little bell thing that's by the subscribe. That just gives you notifications so you know when I post more videos. But hopefully this inspires you to get to crafting with some of your own shells. And now it's time for a sad story. I was on the beach and I saw one of these shells, which we've affectionately called belly button shells, and I picked it up and I brought it back to the house, only to later discover there was a little guy still alive inside of it, and I killed him. So let's have a moment of silence for the critter that was in this shell.